Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you are finding me, welcome. My name is Christina, and welcome to my channel. On this channel, I'm pretty much just sharing my life. I'm going through a transformation. Some people call it a spiritual awakening. Some people call it a Kundalini awakening. Some call it transformation. Some call it growth. Whatever you want to call it. I'm going through it. And I'm taking my life back at 40. That's my whole thing, is I'm taking my life back at 40. Mind, body, and spirit. And so on this channel, I'm sharing things about my life that and my journey and what I'm going through in the most rawest, realest way that I can possibly be. I'm going through a weight loss journey of getting fit, getting not only just losing weight, but getting toned, getting healthy, getting fit, molding my vessel to what I want it to look like. And also, that sounds just right in my eyes, isn't it? I just don't even know. I just don't even know. Okay. Hey. Okay. And so that's just a little bit about my channel. I'm just literally just sharing my experiences because I feel like that's important. I got on here the other day, but I just got to finish with my bike ride, and I was called to get on here again and just share what's been going on. Wow. Wow. The energies are really strong, and I really feel like I'm getting beat the fuck up, with the energies. Friday, it started Friday. Friday. I was getting ready to do my normal routine, my bike ride, and then I was going to mow the yard. Something inside of me was just like, I was drained. I was literally dead. I felt like a shell of a person, and I just had no energy. And all this time, there's this voice saying, oh, you need to get up and do this. Oh, you need to get up and do that. Oh, you need to get up and do this. And my body was like, you're not going to do anything today. You're going to lay in bed, and you're just going to let your body be. All through the day when I got up, I was like, this little voice was like, oh, look, you could be doing this, but you're laying in bed instead. Oh, you could be doing this, but you're doing, you're just doing nothing. And, I had these energies a long time ago, and we'll get into that too, because I want to talk a little bit about that, about energies coming back around, and they're really strong right now. But that little voice was just, and I've gotten good with being able to do nothing. That is my favorite thing to do, is nothing, just nothing. So I don't really need to be busy anymore to distract or anything like that. I do, have my own distractions that I am aware of. Netflix is one of them, but anyway, we all have our devices. But I just had to allow myself to be in that energy of just not wanting to do jack shit. Then I went to work Saturday and Sunday. That seemed to be fine. I kind of felt off. I did feel off. But it wasn't like it was, I just felt off, like 2 steps off. But I felt off Friday too, very off. But then the weekend I just felt off. Then Monday came around. And oh my God, I was supposed to go to class. I woke up and I'm like, I do not feel like going. I was like, no, get up and go. I had an emotional release because I drive, I had an emotional release on the drive there. And I pulled into the parking lot after having an emotional release. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm trying to pull myself together, trying to get myself in there. I sat down, and everything is driving me fucking nuts. I am triggered to the max. I can't handle the stimuli. I can't handle what we're doing. And when I come in, he's wanting us to get into teams and like do this thing. And I'm just like, I'm good with that. I don't want my energy to be around anyone at this point, because the fact of the matter is I don't want to even be around myself right now and the energies that are inside of my body coming out. So I'm sitting there doing my homework off to myself, trying to just maintain. I'm starting to feel, like I said, so triggered by anything and everything. And I was just hearing all these people talking, and, we talk about things as if we know things, like what we know is what we've been taught. And I try not to go into this that deep, because the fact is there's nothing, I'm aware of everything, but there's nothing that I can do about it. So I just try to stick with my own journey and what I'm doing with myself. But I'm just saying that I'm this is what's happening at this point. I start to hear all these people talk about all this stuff that they think they know about and that we've been taught in these books, and take it as a matter of fact. So everything that we've been taught in school and in these books and in my school, in my classes, I'm being taught this stuff as it's a matter of fact, like they know something. But they didn't know shit. They made this shit up. They decided that what we eat on is a table, what this is hair, what this muscle, what has happened is people has decided what things are for us, okay? What our morals and our values are. They've decided what colors are what colors. Math, that's a genius. They've decided that. I find it nonsense, but that's okay. They've decided in a collective that you're a genius if you know math. But listen, they're the ones that created the math. Of course they're going to be geniuses. They created it. It's like, all it is people have decided and created things and decided that's, oh yeah, we're going to all agree upon that. English, our language, they agreed that that's what we were going to speak. They agreed that this is how we're going to write. They agreed of English, math, and science. They've agreed upon all of this stuff. But do we know that it's all fact? Do we know that that's what it is and that's the only way there is? We've been taught all of these things and left no room for any other way. They've just taught us these things and these ways, and that's the only way it is, only because that's the only way they know. I don't know why it hit so hard, and I don't even know if that's making any sense. Something clicked in me, and I'm just like, why am I taking all of this stuff as face value of this is true and this is real? That this is how evolution was. This is how it was made. This is what the body's done. But yet the body is so remarkable. They don't know everything about the body. And the things they do know, they penetrate to make it where it benefits them and what they're selling. I don't mean to get on a rant like this, but this is what I was going through on Monday in my head. I'm sharing what's going on in my head. Crazy, right? I don't even know why I'm sharing this. But anyway, so I don't usually go deep into that, guys. I really don't. I don't live my life I really focus on my own journey and my own evolution and my own knowings and my own intuition and internal hits. But the thing is, it was really bugging me, and I don't even know how to explain it without sounding crazy, but I don't care. This is me. This is how you're going to get it. And so I was sitting there, and I could barely even stand to hear anybody talk anymore. I couldn't even stand to hear anybody talk. I wanted it to just be quiet. I was just like, oh my God, this is just fucking insane. So I kept taking a lot of breaks and just sitting out in my car for long periods of time because I thought it would make me feel better. I began to, I went back to class. I began to literally physically, and this has happened before, vibrate in my body, literally vibrate to the core. And then I started feeling like I was going to have a hypoglycemic attack, but I wasn't having a hypoglycemic attack. It was that my whole body was literally vibrating. At the end of the day, I didn't even make it through that class. I made it almost through that class, and I had to leave. I had to inform my teacher that I had to leave, and I went home. And then I went home, and I heard the whole drive there, because I live an hour and 45 minutes away from my school. And so on the way home, I had more emotional releases. So fun. Aha! No, it's not. I had some scream therapy. I had some crying, just so much crying and so much rage and so much anger coming out of this body. It was, wow. I still felt really ill. I felt like I had vertigo. I felt like I had, I was like I said, I was off. I really felt sick. I came home, I hibernated. The whole time my inner dialogue is like, you're nothing, you're not, you're worthless, you're no good. And I still feel like this is a lingering effect of I'm waiting for the board to tell me if I'm going to be able to get a license or not. So I also feel like there's a little bit of that wanting to give up before I even find out. Already given up mentally, already like, you know what I mean? I think that's really taken a toll on me too, because I've worked so hard and come this far and still, you know what I'm saying? Don't even know if my past is really going to bite me in the ass and really hinder this. But anyway, and I know all that's going to work its way out, in the end anyway. It might not be what I want, but it's going to be for my best good. And so my inner dialogue at this point is really down. And the reason I'm sharing this, guys, with you, this in depth, because I want you to understand what's going on in my mind, what's going on in the process, and the outcome eventually, so that you can see if you're going through these things, that it's okay. And that it looks as ugly as it's going to have to look, or it's going to be as hard as it's going to be, but you'll get through it. But my inner dialogue, and that's been a long time since I've had this kind of inner dialogue, but the inner dialogue was, that I'm no good, that nobody loves me, nobody wants me, all that, I don't know where it's coming from, but it's there. And I feel worthless. I feel, I almost wanted to quit my diet because it's been really restricting. I do keto and alternate day fasting. And that's been great. I've down 40 pounds, but I feel like that the alternate day fasting, I was usually eating 3 days out of the week and fasting for 4. That's entirely too much for me. So I have now gotten it down to where on my fasting days, I can consume about 500 calories. And on my regular days, I just eat regularly. And we're going to see how that goes for this next month, because I can't go with just not fasting like that all the day long. I just can't. It's just becoming too much for me. And that's another thing. I'm like kicking myself in the ass for that, but that's okay. And so then I've been doing strength training and I've been doing cardio. And so I'm building muscle, which muscle, when you're losing fat and gaining muscle, you're not going to see much difference on the scale for a little bit. And so I'm not seeing much on the scale. And so I'm like, well, fuck it. Why not? This is what's going on. I'm like, I really want to throw in the towel on that. And I'm like, you really can't finish anything. You're a fuck up, you're no good, just some deep stuff coming up of unworthiness and worthlessness. I was really emotional. I was really just, I had to stay away from everybody and let everybody know, hey, it's not you guys, that I just need some time because I'm in a mood and I'm going through some energies and I just need some time. So I'm trying to stay away from you guys. I let people know in my life and around me, because I feel like it's important that when we are going through an energy clearing or we're having some off days, that we don't take it out on other people. And if we do take it out on other people, to come back and say, hey, I apologize. I had a trigger and I took it out on you and I will work on it. I feel like that right there, even if you can mess up, right there shows people that, you know what I mean? And lets them know what you're going through. It doesn't make it okay that you took it out on them, but it's the fact that you came back and apologized. It shows them how to do that, as well as you holding accountability for yourself. And so I was letting them know that what I was going through, so they knew to just kind of let me be. When you're going through those clearings, it's like almost feels like that you're not going to get out of them. Mine don't last that long, thank goodness, anymore, but they did last before. Back in the day when I first started this journey, I didn't, there'd be days that I was in bed and down and out like that. And 10 times worse, where the thoughts were just bombarding me and they were just kicking my ass, and I felt like I couldn't escape from them. I wanted to escape from my body, escape from the thoughts, escape from the feelings, escape from everything, but it doesn't happen. You still have to go through it all. Yeah. Fun stuff. And so then I went to bed early and I woke up this morning and I feel like $1,000,000. Oh, I wanted to tell you about what happened last night. I think that's what That was the big thing that was coming. Because I told you, whenever I channel certain energies, I start getting really moody, and I started having some symptoms. So I don't know what it was, or if it was clearing the energies. Anyway, when I went to bed, I was almost skipping over. When I went to bed pretty early. I started having some serious emotions. Some really, like I said, anger, rage, and just sadness, like to the depths of me, sadness. And so I began to see the energies around me. And what it looked like last night was, it was grayish black. And what they do is they just dance around. It's like, I don't even know how to, it's almost like a shadow, and illuminated shadows. So when I'm talking about the energies that are around me, like the different colored ones and everything, what it is like, it looks like, it just looks like a fog, dancing around me, an illuminated fog. And it was doing this, like this. That's the way it looks. And it's like doing this, and it's dancing over me and doing this, and it's on me. You know what I mean? It's like on me, all around me and on me. And I start to feel it. And immediately I start feeling that love bomb of explosiveness that could like erupt my heart, because it's so wonderful. And I started to cry, and I told them that I was like, you are so beautiful and I love you. And I was just watching them dance over me. And then I began to get guided into taking deep breaths. And as I was taking these deep breaths, it was going inside of me. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I took a deep breath, I remember kind of just falling aside, and my eyes closed and I couldn't open them. And I kept being guided to take these certain deep breaths and hold it and then blow it out. And as I was taking these deep breaths and blowing it out, and like I said, I had set off to the side, and my eyes are closed, I can't do anything. And I'm just doing this breathing I'm not doing the breathing. There's a certain breathing going on. And as I'm blowing out, I hear, I don't know what it's called. Some people call it light language. Some people call it speaking in tongues, whatever word you want to call it. It doesn't matter. But this language was coming out, and I was being guided to speak it. And so I'm taking these deep breaths in, and then taking these breaths out, and speaking this language as I'm doing it. And I begin to shake. And I begin to, okay, so your body's laying flat, and I believe to begin to lift up, and right in my heart center right here, it's like it almost pulls it out. It's like pulling me up, and it shakes me, and it's like literally just shaking me and lifting me up off the bed and just shaking me, and then it drops me back down. And then I feel like from my spine all the way up into back here is like and then it goes like that again, and then it goes halfway, and holds me there, like, so I'm like this halfway, and it holds me there, and it's just jerking me like that, and then it drops me back down. This happens for about like 5 minutes, and when I'm done, I lay there. And I wipe the tears, because I'm crying all the way through this as well. And then I roll over and I just go to sleep like nothing happened. And it's like such a quick falling asleep. And usually it takes me a while to fall asleep. But when I have nights like these, when this stuff happens, I go to sleep immediately. And I didn't dream. I don't even remember actually going to sleep. I just don't even remember. It was just that quick. I woke up about 4 a.m. energized, ready to go. I couldn't ride my bike until daylight, because it takes forever now that it's like getting darker. And I'm telling you, I feel like $1,000,000. I feel like life is good. Like it cleared. Whatever was in the vessel, it cleared it. And I feel rejuvenated. I feel like, now when I go through these and then I have this wonderful feelings at the end, and I'm feeling really light, and I'm feeling really aligned, and I'm feeling really like on point, does not mean that I don't get triggered still. It does not mean that I do not have emotions all throughout the day, and that I don't have mad episodes where I get angry a little bit, and I'm like have a little bit of an inner attitude. You know what I mean? Like I still have a human body, and I still have human experiences, and I still have human emotions. Those don't go away. They don't go away. They're never gonna go away. We're in a body that's imperfect, and it has all kinds of emotions, feelings, thoughts, actions, reactions, behaviors. But what I'm saying is, I feel better inside. I feel better. I feel like something happened and something shifted. And so I just wanted to kind of share what that looked like, because I don't feel like people share as much as they should with that. And that's what mine looked like. And I feel great today. Now, I could have another, and these are constantly happening. These are constantly happening where it's like this, like I said, it's like this all the time. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step forward, 5 steps back, 5 steps forward, 2 steps back. This is, there's no book on this. There's no, I just know what I'm going through. And that was really tough. It was really tough, but I fought through it. I got through it. I'm still on my journey. I did make it more manageable, I feel, for my weight loss journey. As I'm wanting to build more muscle, I'm not just want to be thin. I want to be, fit. So there's a difference. And so I'm working a different angle. And I'm just letting everything go. How are you guys? Have you noticed the energies being a little, different? Are you going through things? What I would love to hear in the comments what you've been going through, what's been going on, I'm working on not quitting things when they get too hard, because I don't want to fail. I'm just going to keep going. That has been the mainstream of 2024 for me. Mine has been to keep going. That's what they've been telling me this whole time. Just keep going. Just keep going. You can do this. Just keep going. And so I have been keeping on going. And, getting on here today and sharing that information, just showing up. But I'm showing up as me, and not as this like fake mask of like all togetherness, because I'm going to tell you, I don't have it all together. This is very hard and challenging, and I always feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I think that's a program that I've been installed my whole life, that if you're not perfect, you got to be perfect. You got to be perfect. You got to be perfect. And that's something that I really feel like I'm clearing right now. It's taken me into my 40s, but, it's never too late to take your life back. You don't have to wait till you're 40, but don't think your life's over either at 40, because just because if this doesn't pan out with the school doesn't mean that something else is not waiting for me, And that's another thing they were telling me. They're like, what we do doesn't define us. So like whatever we're doing job-wise doesn't matter in this journey. Like they keep saying there is no purpose to this. There's no set purpose. You got to find your true love, and you've got to find your purpose, and you got to get on the right path. And listen, I got a lot to say about that. For one, the whole finding your other person. Listen, this is just a rant. I apologize in advance. To find your other person is a cycle they keep you stuck in. And they've been teaching it to us. Well, I'm really on this stuff about today. Anyway, this is what's coming through. This is what wants to be. I'm saying it all for a reason. I'm going there, girls. I'm going there, boys. I'm going there. All right, girls and boys and all. All right. But anyway, they've been installing that in us since we've been watching Disney as a child, TV programming us. Absolutely. And I want to get on that again too, because I'm going to tell you another story about my work that happened this weekend. And I'm just like, holy shit. But anyway, it's the same topic. Please let me remember. Anyway, so they've been programming us since we were kids on these movies about, the prince is going to come save the princess. It was always the prince coming to save the princess from this wicked, bad, whatever. So your whole life, you're expecting this prince to come and save you. And then if you're a male, well, I'm a prince. I've got to go and save the damsels in distress. It's all bullshit. Anyway, and also I was at work and one of my girls, I work as a direct profession, DSP, which I work with intellectually disabled adults. And she was in her room and I was feeding her. And she was watching her show. And it was like all this program bullshit. Vote, your vote counts. It was all this programming of what they want your kids to be doing. You know what I'm saying? I felt that it was a little weird on a child show, made for Sesame Street and all this other shit. And it's talking about, there's a song about voting and that your vote counts and vote and this and that. And I'm just like, no, it doesn't, but that's okay. But they're really installing that. That's another topic I could get into because the whole system of voting, listen, they don't even get to pick. What they pick is the multi-billion-dollar people that run the planet and run the world, run the government. Okay? The government doesn't run the government. The multi-billion-dollar investors and the people that own the world, like, I don't know, Prime, Amazon, utility companies, technology companies, come on. The gasoline companies, the oil companies, come on. They all run the world. So our votes, and I told you that this channel would probably be triggering and you don't have to listen, but I'm just saying, like, seriously, guys, we know. I'm not even going to go into it. We know. And so it's just like, and that's another thing that's been happening to me. It's like, I can see through all the bullshit now. Like, I always could see through the bullshit, but like, I can see it so clearly now. I don't really care because there's nothing I can do about it. But the fact of the matter is that I can see it all the programs and all the ways that we've been controlled and mind fucked and told what, this and that. Everything that they tell you that you need to do with your body, leave it the fuck alone. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm not a doctor and I don't offer medical advice, but I'm just telling you what I do with my body and I leave it the fuck alone. Because I'm going to tell you, it heals itself. It does its own thing. It shows you over and over again that it can heal itself. Why do you think that it can't heal from cancer? Because doctors have said that it can't be healed from cancer. If you left it the fuck alone, it would probably heal itself from cancer if you got all the emotions that were causing cancer in you. Wow. Like I said, I'm on a tangent today. I love you guys. I'm just keeping it real today. Yeah, like I said, that's all going on right now. And usually this stuff does not bother me. Usually this stuff, I just let it go and it's no big deal. I just leave it alone. But lately it's been so fucking loud and it's so annoying because I'm just so done with it. That's what I also feel like. I also feel like I'm in a pressure cooker and I feel like I'm like wanting to bust out of the bullshit. The bullshit that the media says, the bullshit TV says, the bullshit that the everything, the school systems, all the systems that are set in place right now are set in place not for us. These systems are not set in place for us at all. They're not. They're fully aware of what we are capable of, but they hinder us. And then on top of that, they make you feel like you're crazy whenever you start to experience your natural state of being. Yeah. You look at a psychological evaluation, and I'm going to tell you, all they're looking for is if, you're psychic and that you're in tune. Oh, they're too much in tune with themselves, so we need to go ahead and give them medication. I don't know why I went on a tangent. This is not what my video, when I went into it, was anticipated. But you know how it is with me. We're just going to hang out. We're just going to chat. We're going to talk like besties because you're my bestie and I'm connecting with you. And I'm just speaking whatever I want to say on here. But yeah, that's been another thing, and it's been very loud. So I don't know if that's been something that's been really loud with you guys, is that, you know, all the systems you're seeing, all the, you know, and I try not to keep us separated, because I know that it's all, no, I don't know anything. So I don't know that we're all one. I don't know if the aliens exist. I don't know if I'm psychic. I don't know shit, guys. And that's another thing that's been really fucking with me, because I don't know anything. You know, to say that I do, I don't. All I know is what's been going on with me, and what's been going on with me is that I feel like that I've been bombarded with a lot of energies. I feel like I've been bombarded with a lot of stuff that isn't mine. So I don't know. I would love to hear how you guys are doing. I don't know. I just wanted to get on here and share that whole trigger event, and then I went on a rampage about the systems. Rise against us. No, maybe I shouldn't even say that. Never mind. I don't know if I'm going to share this one. We'll see. All right, I love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.